All right, let's call this meeting to order. Board of Supervisors, Warminster Township for Thursday, November 8th, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for all our outstanding servicemen and women serving overseas. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We have a pretty busy agenda tonight. I just want to start out with our announcements. We did have an executive session, and we went over legal issues, personnel, and
Real property. Real property.
real property, correct. Thank you. Second announcement for me, I'd love to thank the residents of Warminster Township for having faith in me and a vote of confidence for another 6 years on this board. I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I'll continue to serve as best I can. Thank you very much. Sure, Kevin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, folks at home, and the folks that are here tonight. I would like to thank all of our candidates that ran for office. I'd like to thank Nikki Werwood, Jane Lynch, Karen Krieger, Mary Owens, and Nicole Rainier, and Krista DiPaolo. And for last but not least, Mr. Ken Hayes, our chair, and Mary Owens, a former supervisor that will be joining us when they get sworn in. And that's all the announcements I have. Thank you.
We might as well just go right down the line. Judy?
Oh, I don't have a lot of announcements. Just remember, the library's lots of fun at Christmas time, and I always have to push the library. And remember, we have curbside service there at the library too for you to drop off or pick up books. So some people don't use it. I had a few calls last week about learning a language and people that needed help with their child in school. And we have a lot of help for our Spanish-speaking students. We can put them through with their individual education policy, but we don't have a lot of service for Ukrainian and Russian speakers or Hindi speakers. And so the library does have several programs where you can tune in and learn a language over the computer for free with a library card. So think about that, you guys that need it. Okay. Bye.
Chuck?
Good evening, everyone. I also would just like to congratulate everyone on a great campaign, and hopefully everyone does a great job. Thank you.
Janice?
Hi, and happy November. I'd like to offer congratulations to Ken on the election and the other people that won. I'd also like to offer my condolences and the heartache to the people that didn't win, because that's not easy either. But we can all come together and work together as one unified team to get the best done for our citizens and residents of Warminster Township, because when you're up here, politics isn't supposed to matter, party's not supposed to matter. What matters is the people that are at home. So thank you.
Thank you, Janice, and that's a good point. There is no party up here. It's for the betterment of the residents. All right. I also want to mention that next Tuesday is Veterans Day. So let's thank a veteran, Vietnam veterans, welcome them home, something that many of them have never heard. So I would encourage everyone, when you see someone that says Vietnam veteran, to welcome them home. And it means a lot to them. So let's celebrate people that honor the flag and serve the country and the Constitution. All right, now we have a pleasantry. I want to introduce Judge Chris O'Neill to swear in Corporal Brian Outland. But first, we'll have Jim Donnelly, or Chief Donnelly, come up to the podium. Chief?
Hello, good evening. I am thrilled tonight. As a young sergeant, I got to sit and do my first oral board, and out of that oral board, our candidate tonight was the first one hired off that list back in 2003. Sergeant, or soon-to-be Sergeant Brian Outland, was born and raised in Warminster Township. He's a graduate of Longstreth Grade School, Bog College Middle School, William Tennant High School, and Penn State, where he graduated Penn State with a business management degree and a marketing degree. He then attended Montgomery County Police Academy in 2002, and he was hired here in 2003. Over his years, he was a crime scene investigator, a pretty good one. He graduated a prestigious school for crime scene and certified in crime scene. He became a field training officer in 2007, and he's taught most of the people we have here, some of which are leaders, some of which are crime scene investigators, from 2007 on. He's held acting positions on and off when we needed them, and he stepped up and filled those positions on and off for us. He was promoted to corporal in 2018, and he's served in several squads with several sergeants, and he's done an outstanding job for us every chance he can. He has graduated the Pennsylvania State Police Leadership Development Program in 2020. He's graduated the FBI LEADER Program for Supervisor and Leadership and Incentives Initiative in 2024. And he came out #1 on our sergeant's exam that we just gave this last fall. He's married to his lovely wife, Mary Ann, for 17 years. And as you will see when they come up, they will bring their 7 children with them. So at this point, I'd like to introduce Sergeant Brian Outland and the Honorable Chris O'Neill to come up, and Mrs. Outland to swear Brian in.
You're live, Chris.
Good evening, everyone. Please raise your right hand. I
Brian Outland,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of sergeant
and that I will discharge the duties of sergeant
in Warminster Township, Bucks County,
in Warminster Township, Bucks County,
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
I also solemnly swear
I also solemnly swear
that I will uphold, obey, and enforce
that I will uphold, obey, and enforce
the laws of Pennsylvania
the laws of Pennsylvania
without consideration
without consideration
to a person's race,
to a person's race,
color, sex,
color, sex,
religious creed,
religious creed,
sexual orientation,
sexual orientation,
age,
age,
national origin,
national origin,
ancestry,
ancestry,
handicap, or disability.
handicap, or disability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, we're so proud.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, beautiful family.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short recess for photographs and a little bit of family celebration.
60 days exactly. Good times.
All right, welcome back, everyone, and congratulations to Sergeant Brian Outland. All right, no land use matters, public comment. Anybody? Come on up.
My name's Mike Sperduto. I'm a Warminster resident. I just have a couple questions, and I'm asking for some help. The recycle program that the township runs, does the township recover money from that for separating is that why they throw everything in one truck? It doesn't matter?
Well, it's commingled, if that's what you mean, like paper and cans and all that?
No, I'm saying that they pick the recycle up and throw it in the same can that they just dump the trash can in.
Same truck?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Well, I've seen it, I'm out also a committee man in District 12, and people were complaining, telling me about it, that's why I'm here. And I just wanted to know, is that the procedure? And they also, I mean, it's done all the time. It's nothing new to a lot of people. The other thing I have is, I've been trying to get a trash can for a year. I duct taped it, I gorilla taped it, I flex seal taped it. Okay, I got pictures of my can, and I have a grandson who almost took his arm off with this can. I've been calling them for 1 year, and they keep telling me they're waiting for the cans to come in, waiting for the can. I was here not too long ago at this building to complain about it, and I was told by Mascara that they can't do anything about it. But what I gave them, I identified a residence that's unoccupied, abandoned, for over a year, that has 7 trash cans on its property. And I asked them if they could send a supervisor over to pick that can up, pick one of those cans up, and switch it out with mine, okay, to avoid a safety problem. Not only for my family, my grandson, but for the workers who pick the can up and throw it in the back of the truck, because they get their finger caught in between. And I have the pictures, if you would like to see them. If they get their finger caught where it's cracked all the way around the rim, somebody's gonna lose a finger or worse.
All right, well, we don't need to see the pictures, and if you stick around, there's some people here that can address that.
No, I'm gonna stick around because I mean, I don't know who to go to. Who do I mean, when they tell me.
Have you come to the township?
I did. I was here a couple weeks ago.
Couple
And they
weeks
told me
ago?
They called Mascara for me right from the front desk.
Okay.
And there's nothing they could do.
Well, there is something we can do, so
Well, that's
we're
good.
going to address that, so.
I would like to hear that.
Yeah.
I would like to hear.
Yeah, thank you.
the
And as far
remedy
as
of that.
as far as the recycling into the truck, the same trash truck, I've never seen that in the 30 years I've been here.
Oh, okay, well,
So,
I'll take pictures of that the next time I see
Well, yeah, if you do, let us know.
Absolutely,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Be
I
sure
was
it's the
just
same
wondering
truck,
Because,
because it can be the same crew. They might have unloaded the, went to the,
Ken, when I tell you, they picked the red can up and then the blue top.
at the
was
same
right-
time?
Right behind it,
Okay,
yes.
well, take pictures.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, I'll be
well,
more than happy to address that, but
I
I've never
will.
seen it.
Okay, I will.
Okay,
And I thank you for the attention to the trash can matter. I really
Absolutely.
like to get the trash can.
absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just to be clear, if I might, Mr. Chairman, we actually do get money for recycling. The more. Sorry.
That's all good, that's all good.
The
All
more.
right, I wasn't aware, because I know for the longest time, like, they stopped that because there was.
Right, it's hit or miss. It's not, the state of Pennsylvania is supposed to grant us, give us a certain amount of money based on the tonnage that we turn over, that's collected by the residential and the commercial. So the commercial haulers report what they get, the tonnage they pick up to we're in an agreement with 4 other townships to file at the same time. Now, it's up to the state then to recognize that it's time to float some money our way because of the effort. And the law's been around since like '89, I think.
I know the low's been around since
So-
'89, but I thought that
Yeah.
we stopped receiving
Well,
money.
it's not timely, nor is it really,
It's not a substantial amount of money
no,
either.
but,
No.
and quite frankly, I think our consultant, Huff Associates, has been asking us to contact the state legislature, laws for dramatic effect, and ask them to give DEP the spurs, but we'll see. We did that, and we'll see what happens. But
So-
we do get some money.
Obviously, we get some money when the state decides to give it to us, and right now, there's no budget, so we're not getting anything.
But it is 100% illegal to mix trash with recyclables.
Yeah.
It is a manifest violation of state law. They cannot do that.
All right, I know there's one other person in this room that wants to discuss a trash can as well. Would you like to come up? And then Al, we're going to point the finger right at you, or Sam.
Right, so don't be scared when the buzzer goes off this time.
That's 3 minutes.
I'll be in time, so I'll be real quick.
Okay.
I'm here for a couple of reasons. The first one, my name is Jerry
Yes, please.
Shaduru, 462 Gibson Avenue. I'm a resident. I'll move the first important thing, I'd say the most important thing first about the library. I'm a member of the library board, and I want to thank Judy Hoover for her advocacy over the years and help at the library. She's been a wonderful help to the residents, the users of the library, and we're sorry to see you go, Judy, but good luck and best of health. I also want to mention that the library is having a jewelry sale on Saturday, November 22nd from 10 to 2 p.m. It's gently used, donated items, mostly women's stuff, but there's necklaces, rings, bracelets, things like that. Most things are like in the $2 range. Pretty much we do it $2 for everything, but some might be extra glitzy and they might go up to $5. But if you want to stop over and support the library, that's a nice fundraiser for us.
Excuse me, could you just, what was the date again?
It is Saturday, November 22nd.
Okay, thanks.
From 10 to 2. And my second reason for being here is I have the same situation with the trash can. I thought I guess I'm not as patient as this gentleman because I've been trying to contact it and work through it for only 4 months now. 3 times after calling Mascaro, being politely told somebody will bring a trash can out, I then went to the board, to the township, and they were contacting their contacts at Mascaro. And I've been told they didn't have trash cans, they're on back order. I don't know, but I know I paid my money for trash, and there's a contract in place. It may only be up till the end of the year. If you don't have trash cans, Granger probably has one that you can buy and bring over to my house because that's what I paid for to have replaced. And
We're going to take care of that for you, Jerry.
I appreciate it, Ken.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, give you a second, Al. Anybody else? Come on up. Do you have a trash complaint?
I'll introduce myself. I'm Alessandro with Whitetail Disposal, Casella Waste. I just wanted to introduce myself today. I know we're the low bidder by about $6.1 million on the recent municipal waste and recycling contract.
Over 7 years.
Over 7 years, correct,
Correct.
yes. 6 point, about.
No, this is an agenda item, so, yeah, this is public comment, so.
Okay, well, I can speak about it later if you'd like.
You'll have the opportunity to speak
Okay,
later.
very good. I didn't know if that was possible. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so would you guys like to address the trash can issue, please?
Good evening. I'm Al DeGennaro, and I'm with JP Mascaro's son, so it's fortuitous I'm here tonight, not only about a contract, but I'm disappointed to hear about the trash containers. So I'm going to get these 2 residents' name and address, and we will get to the bottom and figure out why they don't have containers, because they should have containers. We represented as part of our contract that we would get them, and I know we have an excellent supervisor, Will Fletcher. I'm not sure how it would take so long, but I'll get both of your names and addresses and make sure you get a new container. And if we're out of order with what's in the township, we'll come up with something else, but we'll get you containers. As to the issue with the trash, the trucks that collect the trash are the same trucks that come back and collect recyclable materials. They're not supposed to put the trash in the same truck as the recyclable materials.
Correct.
You know, we spent $20 million for a recycling plant that's now probably worth 30 or 40 million, so we have a significant investment in recyclable materials, and we recycle everything that comes from this township, and I'm disappointed to hear that. The only thing I can think about is if it was an isolated incident, if the one thing about the helpers in the back of the truck, if they see a recycling container that's contaminated and has trash mixed with the recyclables, they have to dump that in the trash can, in the trash truck. They can't dump it in the recycling container because it'll spoil the whole thing. But we will reemphasize, I don't really think my guys know what they're doing. You know, we have a experienced crew, but that's not acceptable. And, you know, you pay for recycling services, and I'll speak to the general manager as well as Will Fletcher and make sure that the drivers on this route know that, and if it's happening, I want someone to take a picture and let me know, because that's not acceptable, that's not what you pay for, and that's not how we operate our business.
But you did say, Al, that if it's contaminated, like if there's pizza boxes full of cheese and everything, that's contaminated.
Right.
And then that goes into the trash truck.
And we've, unfortunately, people walk their dogs or walking down and they'll throw trash into a container and that's not their home and not realize it's recycling. But there are a number of reasons why the container with recyclables, if it's contaminated, we can't put it in recycling. So if there's a small bag in there of trash but recyclables, that would explain it. But as for someone taking a recycling container that's got recyclables and dumping it into the trash, that's not acceptable. We won't tolerate that. So we'll look into that. I hope that was the case, but certainly you know how to reach Samurai if that's a problem, and we'll certainly nip it in the bud. I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I
yeah.
appreciate the
Right.
response, and if it happens and we have photographs, then you'll be the first one to get them.
And I know it's on the agenda. We're excited about the opportunity. I just wanted to say that we'll be here when it comes up to answer any questions you have. I had with me Sam Augustine, who's worked with the company for 40 years. I've worked for the company for 35 years. We also have Ryan Gibbs.
Okay.
We gotta,
Okay, Al, that's good.
we gotta keep it separated, just
Yeah.
like the recyclables.
Yeah, exactly.
Ken, just let me say this.
Come on up, Sam. It's got to be about the trash cans, though. It can't be anything else,
I
but,
don't want there to be any confusion. Our recycling trucks
well,
don't,
please
Yeah.
state your name, Sam.
Sam Augustine with JP Mascara and Sons, I'm Director of Sales. Our recycling trucks, they don't come back to get the recycling. They're in the township all day doing recycling along with the trash. And so there's no reason for a trash truck to pick up the recycling because they know the recycling's coming past. So I am not saying that these people aren't telling the truth. I'm sure when you're picking up 8,000 homes twice, or 8,000 recycling pickups a week, that there can be issues that occur. But certainly our intent is not to pick up recycling and throw it in the trash.
Okay.
And Al pointed that out, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Sam. Okay. Anyone else? All right, let's move on. I actually like that. Right, let's go to the,
Sounds like my alarm.
let's move on to the consent agenda. All right, I'm going to read the consent agenda. I'm going to need to ask for a motion and a second to consider approval of the Board of Supervisors meeting minutes dated October 9th, 2025. Consider approval of intergovernmental agreement by and between the Centennial School District and Township of Warminster Police Department for Bus Patrol America, LLC, to provide a stop arm, signal arm enforcement system on each bus pursuant to 75 PA CSA Section 3, or Statute 3345.1, Paragraph G, for the purpose of enforcement violations of 75 PA CSA 3345, which prohibits the driver of a vehicle from meeting or overtaking any school bus stopped on a highway or traffic way flashing its red signal lights. Consider authorization of 2-year extension of Tom Scott's employment agreement as Township Manager to cover 2026 and 2027. Consider escrow release recommendation number 1, final, for the 1023 West County Line Road Grocery Outlet Project, LD 23-05, in the amount of $38,053.40.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, any questions or comments? All right, I'll make one. I think the camera system, I've seen cars fly by buses when they have the lights flashing and the arm out, and I think that's just irresponsible. So I would find this to be a good measure to try to put a stop to that.
Ditto.
I agree.
Any other questions or comments? Any from the public? All right, being none, let's call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Thank you. All right, finance report. Mr. Haybuck?
All right, I got approval of the bill list and supplemental bill
Oh,
list.
one second, please. I'm going to need a motion and a second to amend the agenda to include the supplemental bill list dated October 3rd, 2025.
Make a motion.
So there's a motion, and I'll let you say the amount.
Oh, the amount, the supplemental
Well,
bill?
no, hold on a second.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just make the motion to include it, and then you can say the amounts. So there's this motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Kathy, now, any questions or comments? Just for the edification of everyone here, it was omitted, should have been in there, and it was an omission, so we're just formalizing this. Okay, let's call it the question. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Okay, Chuck, now you're up.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to accept the bill list dated October 16th, 2025, in the amount of $1,314,478.16, and the supplemental bill list dated October 30th, 2025, in the amount of $3,191,215.59, for a total of $4,505,693.75.
All right, is there a second, or a motion? Motion. Second? Any questions or comments from the public? All right, call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. It's always great that we can pay our bills.
Yep.
John, what do you have for us this month?
I'm going to make this really quick because you're going to get tired of hearing me talk tonight. So,
Okay.
looking at the financials through the end of September, so we're 3/4 of the year done. Revenue-wise, we're exactly where we were last year compared to budget, 87%. Compared to expenses, we're at 71%. Last year, we were at 69%. So we are tracking pretty much as normal in the general fund. That's all I have.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
I thought
John.
that was great, John. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, you're gonna be tired.
Then you're going to glaze us all over with all the numbers next, right?
Oh, wait, you see what I got. For you.
Yeah, I know. I've already seen it. All right, thanks, John. Let's move right along then to new business. John, you might as well stay right where you are. The authorization to advertise the 2026 budget as drafted. You have the floor.
All right, so I'm trying to keep the budget a little bit shorter than last year, the presentation. This was actually one of the hardest budgets I've ever put together. I've been doing this for 10 years. When we started with making the change in the discount rate and that raised the MMO $500,000. You add that plus 6.7% increase in health insurance plus wage increases. We started this year of looking for what could we cut and how could we look at revenues. I do have to thank every single department head that really looked at their expenses and then looked at the revenues. We made we're going to be making some changes to the fee schedules that actually, that's what we were able to balance the budget out with by doing all of that. So to start, gotta start with a little joke. Why did the budget go to the comedy club? It needs some laughter to balance the numbers.
All right.
Sorry.
That's a bad joke.
Oh, you got so many more.
All finance jokes are bad jokes. Okay,
But
go
that being
ahead.
said,
Go ahead, John.
Where we are with the federal and state, have not passed their budgets. We don't have that choice. So I'm really happy that we're actually able to do this 2 weeks earlier than we used to always do it. So it's actually, we're ahead of the game. So I'm really proud of that.
As we are too.
Yeah. So a quick look at the history. You can see like how our unassigned fund balance, that's the reserves that we have in the general fund of what was available. For years, from 2014 to 19, you can kind of see it fluctuating, but dropping all the way down to 1.6 million, that's extremely low. But they were also using reserves to balance the budget. I've never done it, and I never will do it. So
Well, they were using the reserves to operate the township.
yes,
Well, that's why we hired you.
and that is not the way to actually we should be doing. So going after 2019, never used reserves going forward, and you can see our fund balance going up every single year, all the way to the end of 2024 of 9.6 million. There was a small dip in 23 because that's what we're going to talk about right after this action item is a budget amendment because we transferred money from the general fund over to the capital fund to pay for all these capital projects that we're doing. We want to do that again this year, along with transferring money into the fire fund for the retention program that we're setting up. And that's something that we need to look into the future, but it wasn't there in this current budget, but hopefully at the end of next year, we could be doing the same transfer to keep that program going. So
And by the way, that's the first time, I think, in the history of this township that we've actually put money into that. Am I correct in that, Joe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're happy to do that because we have the means to do it now, where before it was just pushed aside.
And we're going to talk about fund balance and reserves a lot in this presentation, so just sit back and relax. Here's just a quick look of where the current mills are. I hope that timer doesn't go off.
That thing better not go off.
So this is where we're currently at of the different millages of where the money goes. And I always like to point this out is the money that's collected for fire services, library, parks and rec, that money can't be used for anything else but that. It can't go to the general fund. It cannot be used for administrative salaries, for engineering or anything. Everything that is collected for those purposes needs to stay for those purposes. And it would not be a budget presentation without the dollar bill.
So can we go, we don't have to go back, but the general fund, if it's healthy, you can transfer funds out of the general fund into
To
other funds,
any other
correct?
fund,
You just
yes.
can't transfer funds from one to the other or back to the general fund.
You could transfer funds if it wasn't collected for a specific purpose.
Okay.
So like the capital fund could transfer funds back to the general fund, but we could never transfer funds from Parks and Rec to the general fund
right.
or the fire fund or
Right.
anything like that.
Okay.
So this is where we're going to start talking about the value of the residents get from the township. So this is based off a home assessment of $26,500. Again, I say it every year, Bucks County hasn't reassessed in 50 years, so that's kind of where we're at as an average home value. Anyone that wants to look it up can go on the Bucks County website and see what their house is valued at. But just running through some of the numbers, we're going to start with the school tax. So this is something Ken and I talked about on the Warminster Scoop. You get a lot with the school tax. You get the schools, the transportation, the teachers, the technology, and most importantly from my wife's a special ed teacher, individual support services. It's very important. I think that's a great program. But it is 77% of what everyone thinks their taxes goes to. It goes to the schools. But everyone that also says, I don't have a child in school, that's what makes your house valuable. Right now, Morrisville Borough School District, I don't know if anyone's seen the news, they're going to close the schools down in January because the state hasn't passed their budget. Can you imagine what that does to the house values of people that aren't paying the school taxes? So that's just one thing to think about. Like, yes, your school taxes actually make your house more valuable and living in a good school district. The county taxes, you get the courts, emergency services, community colleges, housing, community development, and human services. All very important services, especially right now, again, what's going on with the federal government. These are areas where people can get help that they need. Very important, but that's only 12% of what you're paying. But for 11%, on average, $638, what you get? Police, fire, ambulance, public works, library, finance, administration, parks and rec.
We gotta lower that.
So you get a lot for very little money. That's the value that you get living in Warminster for less than $650 a year. So just think about that as you're paying your bills of what you actually get for what you pay. So just some highlights on the expenses, and we're going to go with another joke. Why did the budget start learning magic tricks?
No idea.
They wanted to make the expenses disappear.
All right.
We
They're getting
can't,
worse.
we can't make them disappear.
Where's that trombone?
We can't make them disappear, but the total operating expenses, so this is just what it takes to operate the township through all the different funds. There's no capital expenses. It's over $33 million. So that's just day-to-day operations of what we're going through. We have 11 total funds. I hate to bore everyone, so we have the general fund. Everyone knows about that one. 7 special revenue funds. That's funds that have dedicated revenues that are broken out. So that's the ambulance, fire, library, and parks that we already saw. They have their own tax revenue. Sanitation, they have their own fee. Highway traffic, which is actually, because we get so many accidents on traffic lights, we actually set up a separate fund. That's for insurance purposes to come back at us. And then the highway aid, which is from a state grant. We also have the debt service. That's pretty self-explanatory. The proprietary fund, that's the golf course. And the capital fund, we're going to go in way more detail on that one.
The capital fund, John, that's where all our road paving comes from, right? There's we get a little bit of help from liquid fuels, but the majority of that comes right from the residents.
Yep.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry, we're going to go into detail.
Yep. Didn't mean to steal your thunder, sorry.
Yep.
Just wanted to highlight that point.
So again, this is where we're talking about the value that the residents get. And what I want to talk about is the employee wages and benefits. This is the biggest part of our budget. So we have 46 budgeted police officers, 5 paid firefighters. That's a total, we have total 85 full-time employees. And out of those, 68 or 80% are all union employees. So we don't have a choice over what the wages and benefits are. They're all decided when the union contracts are set up. Besides that, full-time, we have 6 Parks and Rec, 10 Public Works, 4 police admin, 14 admin, L&I, IT people, and then over 20-some part-time library employees, which are also part of the union.
I'm sorry, could you say that L&I thing again?
The L&I is just part of the 14 employees. It's admin, L&I, and I.
Right.
IT.
The L&I is one employee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to break them out on their own.
Okay. There's one employee at L&I.
Yeah. So what goes into those wages
Lebowski.
is there's always the salary. Obviously, we got the taxes. The biggest problem is the pension expense. This is where we made that hard decision to drop the discount rate from 7.5 to 7.25. Our pension expense next year is just under $3.8 million for the defined benefit plans. So that's the police and older non-union employees.
Non-uniform.
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 Yes. Yes.
So we got workers' comp, we got the medical expenses, which was, like I think I said, it was 6.7% increase. Disability, life insurance. So in total, it's over $17 million is just employee expenses, which is 52% of the total operating expense. And like I was trying to say, is most of this operating expense, because of the union contracts, we don't even have a choice over, because it was decided years ago when the contracts were agreed to. So,
But we really think we've got some good contracts.
we definitely.
Yeah, I was just going to say, John,
Yeah.
let's not talk about
Yeah.
the union and the contracts, because we renegotiated them, and they've been very, very cooperative, and we have labor harmony here.
Oh,
And
I absolutely agree.
You know, I don't have any issue with the union contracts.
Oh, no.
So out of that, what I do have issue with, is when you talk about expenses, is the exorbitant workers' compensation and all the other insurances that we pay. That's really where most of that expense. If you go back to that $3 million in the pension fund, $13 million goes to wages and insurance costs, which, you know, to me, and everyone on the planet agrees that insurance companies tend to it's a necessity, but it's a necessity that I feel is a little bit too much in cost.
And I agree with you that we actually, being a part of the negotiating team, I
Where's my
felt like we
bongos,
got
Tom?
really great contracts the last time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And I think also, you know, workers' comp is a big deal. But keep in mind, we do cover the volunteer fire companies for that. And
Yeah, I understand. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
so-
that's a
and the men and
huge
women there
cost that
deserve
we absorb and we pay for.
Yeah.
Because we need to. You have to have workers' comp insurance. It's a business expense, no matter whether you're a municipality or a private company. It's a huge cost. And sometimes it's a little, you know, I don't want to be kind here, but sometimes it's a little exorbitant. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. All right, back on track. So the one thing I want to get kind of, since we took a look back at the budgets the past couple of years, just what's happened the last 4 years, going from 2022 to 2025, some of the projects we did and where the money has been going. So starting with the Ben Wilson Center, we did the HVAC generator. That's an emergency evacuation center, so not having a backup generator was a huge issue. So being able to put that in, fix the HVAC, get that working, that was $689,000. Park improvements, we spent $2.1 million over this 4 years. I would say the Warner lights and the WCP paths, there were safety issues. So that's why doing them was the right thing to do. And this is kind of where I want to jump into talking about reserves a little bit, where there was an issue where there was part of the path that wasn't going to get paved. And they were like, oh, we could do this on this cheaper level, or we could do it right. The fact that the parks budget or fund balance and reserves had the money, we were able to do it properly, so we don't have to think about it for like the next 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing about having these reserves, is we could do things right at this point.
Yes,
Instead of just
and then
putting
in
patch
20 years,
jobs.
in 20 years when we do resurface them, it's just a milling and repaving. We
Yeah.
don't have to redo the base and everything else underneath.
Yeah.
Right.
Talk about roadway paving. We spent $5.2 million, and I purposely kind of left out the 2021 because that's where we spent a bunch of money. If you add it in 2021 plus all these other years, we paved over half the township in 5 years.
Well aware.
So-
And the residents are aware of it too, they say.
And like that's unheard of. So that's going good. And along with going paving is you have to do the curb ramps. That's a state mandate. We have to make them all ADA compliant. So we spent $1.6 million in the last 4 years on that.
1.6 million to support an unfunded mandate.
Yep.
And I just wanted to comment that, talking about phone calls about the roads, and first of all, we never did that many miles of roads in the past, and but it's done great. Everybody that has their roads redone now, they say, boy, that company did the best job we ever had in Warminster. So to hear that it's really refreshing to know that we hired the right company to do the right job. That's it. Thank you, John.
Some of the other projects we had, Shenandoah Woods, that's going to be going on for several years. Some of the big things we did, we tore down all the houses. We're looking at removing all the pads that are on there, trying to restore it back to a natural park. The library, we did the bathroom, the meeting rooms, fuel tanks.
The library looks great.
Yeah, the fuel tanks, I actually think this is a safety thing that, like, none of the residents are gonna see, but it could have been something. The fuel tanks were really old, they were deteriorating. We spent $350,000 replacing them, but it also saves us money because we have our own fuel. We don't have to go to gas stations or anything like that. So that was a big project. And then 5 ponds, the big one we have going on right now is we're dredging some of the ponds because 5 ponds is a moneymaker. We want to keep it the way it is.
It's rated the best public course on the East Coast. We want to keep it that way, that's right.
Yeah. And like, these are only some of the other projects we did, we replaced the roof on the police department. We did the boiler in this. There's other projects we did that cost money but aren't a part of this. So in total, $12.6 million in 4 years we spent.
Was reinvested in the township.
Yep. And these are only projects. It doesn't include vehicles, computers, other equipment that we've purchased. We've made a lot of upgrades in this time too, above this 12.6 million. So we've been reinvesting and still been able to increase our fund balance and reserves. So like it's something that should be really proud of, that I would say that all the department heads of being responsible and watching their spending more than anything. So
If I may, we won't clock this time for you, John. The 4-year run on the projects is something I think the entirety of the board can be proud of, including Mr. McKee, who's no longer here. He was part of some of the early stuff, and so without the board's commitment to the projects, and which would strengthens our assets, it makes the community stronger, especially the ones that you can see it, like WCP and Shenandoah Woods, the East Coast largest blight project, I'll tell you that much.
Well, it's certainly one of the county's largest blight projects. I don't know about the East Coast, but certainly the county.
East Coast.
He called it.
and honestly, it goes back
Thank
to
you.
what I was saying about the school district. Living in a community that's investing in itself makes this community, your houses are more valuable because you're getting roads paved, you have proper management of everything.
Yeah, good quality roads,
And again, for
quality park system.
$640 a year, you're getting all of
$640 a
this.
year, you get all that.
So,
I wonder if it's about the budget.
looking into next year,
Someday.
some of the other value assets you're gonna get, we're gonna keep doing trail restoration. We did Warminster Community Park. We're looking at Kemper Park next year, of repaving that and restoring that. The library parking lot is something that we need to look into more, but that's kind of part of what we're looking to do. The big one, the clubhouse renovation, that's, we'll find out Monday how much that is gonna be.
And by the way, please, I mean, we're talking about these capital projects. Hold on a sec. The
This
golf
is a-
clubhouse is not going to come out of the capital
Oh,
budget.
No.
Please,
It
let's
will-
make sure all the residents know that is not going to be in the capital budget and will not be a tax
It will
increase
be
to do that.
completely paid for by the golf course.
Absolutely.
The roadway improvements, we're still planning on doing $1 million worth of roads every year. 500 from the capital, 500 from liquid fuels. Along with that goes the curb ramps, again, 350,000. We're gonna do some police vehicles, some public work vehicles. We're gonna keep moving on with Shenandoah Woods. Some more park improvements. We're gonna focus kind of on Monroe Park, the tennis courts, the blacktops, some lighting replacements. Everything in capital that's always depending on how the bids come out. The capital list is always a fluid, open document. So this is just kind of what we're thinking about doing. In total, we're looking at almost $19 million. Give it 15 of it is for the clubhouse. But besides that, there's another $3 million worth of other projects we're looking at doing.
I know one thing we're looking to do, and thanks to Chief Donnelly, is we're looking to try to get our body cams and dash cams financed. So we won't get into that because it's tough to get that into the budget. But shout out to Chief Donnelly for that.
We need some other people to approve budgets.
Yes, we do.
Again, like the dollar bill, we can't have a budget presentation without, this is where the debt is looking. At the end of 2026, just over $11 million. Annual debt principal payments, $755,000. everyone, so we do have the money, we could pay this off, but there's no reason to pay it off right now. Right now, we're making 4% in a money market. Our debt cert, the interest rate's 1.45%. So on a monthly basis, we're making over 2.5% of pretty much free money. So there's no reason to pay it off and just enjoy the good decision that was made a while ago. So
that's like when you have, $100,000 left on your mortgage and you have $300,000 in cash that you've invested, because it doesn't make any sense, especially if we have the low interest rates that we have, by the way, when we refinanced the debt from 5% down to, what was it, 2.3 or something?
yeah, it was. Yeah, there was some debt over there wasn't a lot of debt, but it was over at the golf course that we were able to absorb into a big refinancing.
Yeah, I know. Our interim manager refinanced some debt through what is it, Del Val?
Yep. So the final one is, what's the budget's favorite song? You Can't Buy Me Love. Can't get wrong with the Beatles, right?
Yep.
So the final thing is, say, the 26 operating budget will continue to provide high level of service with no tax increase. Probably the most important thing, and I waited till the end. Usually I throw it out at the beginning.
We've been waiting for that for 30 minutes.
But more importantly than this,
Is his time up yet?
and there's no use of reserves to balance the budget.
So we have no structural deficit again
Nope.
for the
Good job, John.
5th year. Well done, John.
So,
Well done.
any questions?
None.
Oop, sorry.
When will this be on the website for all to see?
It will tomorrow.
Once we approve the advertisement, it'll be right there.
It'll be on the website for everyone to see. We'll have a copy at the front desk over at the library. And any questions, any resident, feel free to give me a call. I could talk about these numbers all day.
I know how much you love numbers, John. Thank you. Great presentation.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
All right?
Thanks, John. Well done again, as usual. We've come to appreciate your diligence with managing our money as it's your own. And we do want to throw a shout out to our department heads, who also, and I know this for a fact because they stress over spending anything that's, whether they need it or not. They treat it like it's their own money, which before didn't happen. It was like an ATM machine. So now that we've got control, and this is what we get. We get balanced budgets, we have some reserves, we have a little breathing room, and well done.
Thanks. I'll stay up here for.
Any questions from the public? Okay. All right.
Questions about the next?
Oh, wait, we have to move on. All right, hold on. The dollar bill, by the way, is always a great visual for less than $650. We get all that. Okay, so now let's consider the 2025. Oh, wait, whoop, I'm ahead of myself. Is there a motion to authorize the advertisement of the 2026 budget as drafted?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Questions or comments from the public? Okay, let's call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
And the board. All right, now, let's consider the 2025 budget amendment. John, please.
So as I previously talked about real quick, I'm proposing a $3 million transfer from the general fund over to the capital fund to keep these projects funded. There is no dedicated millage or anything that keeps the project, so as we build up reserves to transfer over to keep the projects going, that's what we should be doing. And also the other line item change would be to transfer money over to the fire fund to pay for the incentive program.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I think it's a great idea.
Motion to consider the 2025 budget amendment?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second. Go ahead, Janice.
Go ahead.
She's got it.
Okay, so I heard a couple seconds.
Janice got it.
Any questions or comments from the board? Now, I just want to have one comment, that this is in addition to the additional $300,000 we put into the pension fund. The additional pension fund above, over and above the MMO, the
Yes.
minimum municipal obligation.
And in the 26 budget, we do have an additional $300,000 also.
On top of the $300,000 addition we put in this year.
Yes.
That's
So it'd be
correct.
3 years in a row of overpaying the MMO.
I know that, I just want the public to know it, because there's a lot of nonsense that was put out in the last couple months, and, that we don't know what we're doing here, but we are actually funding this at almost the market rate.
Yeah.
So we smooth our losses and our gains, and then we throw additional money in, and it basically is equivalent of market rate.
Yep.
So, well done again. So, any questions? Oh, that was the last comment. Any from the public? All right, let's call this question. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, John. Well done, and kudos to the department heads for managing their departments within budget. Okay, now we're going to consider awarding the solid waste bid. Who do I turn this over to?
I'll start.
Tom?
If you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Warminster Township provides curbside pickup for trash for 8,300 households, single-family and two-family dwellings located throughout the township that are in public communities. Our contract with Mascaro is expiring at the end of the year, so we put a bid out to bid a new 5-year contract with a 2-year option, and we received one bid for the service that we have now, which includes 2 trash pickups a week, 1 recycle pickup a week, one bulk pickup a week, and during the 10 months out of the year, the yard waste pickup. So that's 4 pickups a week for most of the year. The second part of the bid, as a backup bid, we had reduced that to 1 trash pickup a week, 1 recycling a week, 1 bulk pickup a week, and the 10 months of the yard waste pickup. We received 2 bids on that. One was from Mascaro, and the other was from Whitetail. So you have a couple choices tonight to consider, whether you don't want to keep the same service with the humans on the truck, two pickups, 2 trash pickups a week, plus the recycle, plus the bulk, or cut it back to 1 pickup a week for trash. That's it in a nutshell. I would be happy to read the stuff if you want, Mr. Chair, or if you want to do it.
Nice to have a couple comments, if you don't mind.
It's about the jacket.
No.
No, we've already commented about
we're
your
already
quilt.
No,
That's for 9A.
That's right.
Well, I think it's the tie that sets it off.
Thank you, Janice.
Okay, so, as everybody knows, I've been living in this township for over 48 years. I have to tell you, Mascaro does the best job. All the recyclables, all the trash, and then you have an addition, no matter what you put out. You can put a couch and a chair, you can put all your old living room set out, they'll take it. And then you've got all the yard waste that they take. And for the price of this, you're talking 2 pickups, right? For $270 a year per family, which is a steal. Is that correct? Do I have that right?
No. Most of it.
Most of it.
There was a lot in there that was correct.
There was a lot in there. You got right to the end, and
All right.
you tripped at the finish line.
All right.
So
Well, I thought that was the approximate amount that.
well, that's the increase.
The increase, I'm sorry, excuse me, the increase. But I think it is worth it for the services that we receive. And whereas the other bid that we got, I I wasn't happy with it because I know that most of our residents do appreciate the 2 pickups a week. And I know they appreciate everything else that you pick up too. So I think that it's a reasonable contract, and so I'm happy with it right now. That's my comment about it.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
One of the things, and we discussed this before, is that we don't want to raise prices and decrease services. Except for a couple trash cans.
Right.
I mean, I get, every now and then we'll have something about pickup or whatever, but we take care of that. And Mascaro has been responsive when we get involved. So, I don't want to raise, we haven't had, the last bid was 7 years ago. Let's put it that way. The last contract was awarded 7 years ago, and we took the 2-year extension because we wanted to keep the rates low. But after 7 years, everything goes up in price. So we have an increase of $270 a year. So if you divide that over the last 7 years, where we were steady and stable, we haven't set the rates yet either. We will not set the rates until December. But I would say, my personal opinion is that I don't want to lessen the service and increase the cost. But we'll give everyone an opportunity to speak.
Well, I did have the question for the white tail. Yeah.
Well,
We need to make sure we get your motion first.
yeah, we need a motion first.
And then
And then we'll have everyone speak, Whitetail as well?
It's up to you, Mr. Chairman.
I'd allow them to speak now.
Yeah.
Al
So-
has a question too.
Is it about the jacket?
So, who wants to go first? Al? Come on up.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to service this township for a number of years. I think I've been with the company since 1991. I think we've had this contract and keep winning the contract as a successful low bidder since 1994. So we've had it for over 30 years. We value our relationship with the township. I want to comment a couple moments about your specs. You have, about your program, you have a premium 5-star program. We have 100 contracts throughout the region, and there's only one other contract that mirrors this. You have twice a week collection, trash. You have recycling once a week. You have the bulk collection. You have the yard waste for 10 months. All these services, and the only other community that is close to this is actually in the township where the Mascaros is their home community, because they take pride in that. Your specifications you put out were detailed, and the specifications are the rules of the road and what the bidders are supposed to follow. And I want to talk about our bid. You had a detailed set of specifications, but because I heard the gentleman come up about whitetail. This is our submittal. We submitted a very detailed response to your program because we wanted you to get the response you deserve based upon these bid specifications. These bid specifications that you have are to protect the public and to protect your residents in terms of things you have. I heard the whitetail gentleman. Now, I wasn't here at the bid opening, and I believe it was it a pen bid?
It was.
It was a pen bid,
yes.
And I understood that when you downloaded our documents, they totaled 95. Our representative was here, and when you downloaded the other bid, it was 7.
Well, yeah, Al, so
7
we
or 8
talked
pages?
to the people about that. What that was it's like the way they're packaged, so it's document packages. So it wasn't just 6 pages. So
Well,
it was 6 packages
yeah,
of pages.
My only point, Scott, is I've been doing this for 35 years, and I've seen the bids, and frankly, I'll be surprised if their bid's responsive if they meet these specifications. So therefore, I don't really think their bid's in play. But I want to talk about our bid and why you're looking at what you're looking at. This township had the foresight 7 years ago to enter into a 5-year contract and exercise the 2 one-year options. That was 7 years ago. That was pre-COVID, when prices were way different than they are today. There's been a massive reset in pricing since COVID took place in 2022. And while all these other communities were seeing these skyrocketing prices, you were paying these prices that we bid in 2018 and 2019. I just wanted to make sure you saw the handout that Mr. Mascaro attached to his letter. If I could just show you that, it's another copy. It's awards of contracts since 2023 that we've been awarded, and I highlighted 3 that are your sister communities in Bucks County just for you to see. And you can see the number of communities whose prices, doubled, in some cases more than doubled. And just in your own county, you see the very first one, Upper Southampton, when they went out to bid the last time, their bid went up 102%. Lower Southampton went up 102%, as did Upper Southampton. Bristol went up 85%. So these were the result of COVID. I could talk forever about the implications of COVID. I'm sure you're all sensitive to that. But trucks that cost $300,000 are now $400,000. Our insurance costs, all these things that you experienced in your increase, they went up significantly. And in the waste industry, they've been exacerbated, along with the supply chain. Trucks used to cost $300,000, now they're $400,000. We had to increase wages about 60 to 80%. Our insurance costs went up. The interest rates went up. The fuel, 50% more. Repairs and parts, 50. So I could go on. Disposal costs. So these numbers that you see in this sheet are a reflection of what happened during the COVID, and you were isolated from that. And now your bid, you're the last in the group of municipalities that we've serviced that has had a bid that's going to go off since COVID, so you can see this. And the fact of the matter is, let's be honest, during COVID, it was a struggle in our industry. It was a struggle for our company. We worked 14, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week to perform the services in this contract to get through this period of time. We never emphasized or exercised a force majeure or cut services as some of our competitors stopped picking up yard waste or lowered the number of recyclables. So we did all that, and frankly, to great expense. And we stuck with our number. We gave you a number 7 years ago. We didn't come back and seek an increase even though things had changed. Frankly, the last couple of years, we haven't been making any money. We've been losing money because the price is what it is, but we honor our commitment. And so now you're here with this preset, with this number, and obviously there's an increase, but interesting, you were talking about value. And that's you emphasize that here, and that's really important because your residents appreciate the service, but they want to know, are they getting value? And so we looked at this and said, you have 102 collections a year for trash, that's 2 times a week. You have 52 collections for recyclables, that's about 154. You have almost 50 yard waste collections. That's almost 200 collections a year that each resident receives. And when you break that down by how much each one of those pickups cost, it's for the next year of the contract, it's $3.69. So we send a $400,000 truck down your street 200 times, and that $400,000 truck is operated by a driver that makes about $100,000, by 2 helpers that make between $50,000 and $60,000. They get health care, they get dental, they get a 401k plan, they get all the same benefits that upper management and the same benefits that the Mascaro owners get, and that comes down to $3.69 a pickup. And if you want to spread it out over the 5 years, it's $4.03. You can't get a Starbucks for $3.69. You can barely get a cup of coffee. You can't get a cup of coffee and a donut at Wawa for $3.60. So your residents want value for their services, and I submit that this is the type of value that you look for in everything you do, and it's value for your residents here. Mr. Chairman, you talked about cutting service. You're going to raise, obviously with this reset, the prices go up significantly. I still don't think they're business in order. If you look at our bid is 15% lower on 1 time a week. So you would want to cut service by over 50% to say 15% or even a number similar to that. No, you wouldn't want to do that because that's not what your residents have come to expect. I had our accountant go back and say, since as far as we could go back, which was, I think, 2002. So he looked at almost 30 years, taking it from 2002 till 2030 or 2032. If you looked every year and you averaged it, the increase is about 3.8% or 4%, almost the cost of living every year spread out over these 30 years. So we couldn't go back, or 25 years, we couldn't go back. So I would submit to you that you're getting value, your residents are getting value for this service. You know the quality of service we have. Sam is a little more familiar with the pricing. I just wanted him to come up and talk a little more about the pricing if I could. I'd be happy to answer any question about our bid, our company, or the industry in general. No question would be unfair. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you. But you know, we value our relationship, and we look forward to continue to serve you in the next 5, hopefully 7 years, at the same level of service that your residents have come to expect and pay for.
Thanks, Al. I mean, I know Sam's more familiar with it, but I guess my question is that if we lock in for another 7 years or 5 years with a 2-year extension, then we have the same situation where regardless of the increases in price, we're locked in.
Right. I can't tell you, Mr. Chairman, how many times I've gone to municipalities where they've had a 3 or a 5 year, and sometimes they look at the numbers and say, well, let's just lock in for the 3. And then in the 4th year, they got the bid again and the prices have gone up. Well, here you have a 5-year bid. You'll be locked in. You got your house in good fiscal order, and you'll be able to project every year what your costs will be, and you know what they will be. And I think that's a good fiscal position for you to be in. So I
Thanks,
appreciate
Al.
your time.
Any other questions for Al?
No, I have none at this time. Thank you.
All right. You want to speak, Sam?
And I won't be as long. I just wanted to point out, Sam Augustine again, Director of Sales. Al did a great job explaining the ins and outs of this job. But I wanted to point out, more importantly, not only do we bring value, we bring strength and reliability. And our landfill is in the region. Our landfill is actually in Berks County, just above Pottstown. So, you know, the trucks go through a transfer station and up to our landfill. We have years of space at our landfill, so your contract is guaranteed. Al brought up about the pandemic. We served it through one of the most difficult times in the trash industry. I've been in it for 44 years. I can't remember a time so difficult. We served it, didn't cut back service, didn't come crying. We understood. Warminster has stuck with us for years and years, and we respect that. Now we came into a time where the cost have gone up mightily. However, we have strength, and our landfill again has long-term viability. We have environmental controls that are in place. We also have a $40 million state-of-the-art recycling facility right across the street from the landfill that handles about 700 tons a day. Our landfill only handles about 2,000 to 2,500 tons, so you can imagine how much recycling we're doing. We're doing recycling for probably over 20 counties. We have contractual positions with probably over 20 counties in eastern Pennsylvania. And our recycling facility is going great guns. So our sustainability is second to none. And I want to let you know the background of our company. I mean, we have 1,000 employees. We probably do $400,000 or $500,000 a year. And we have a 5A2 DMB rating, which is, it's unheard of even for national companies. So again, I'll just say that we appreciate your business. We've been in it for the long term. We respect this board, and we'd like to serve you again for 5 years. Thank you.
So Sam, hold on a second, because that was one of the questions that I did have. Like, how many, your capacity on your landfill, how many years do you have left?
Well, we have 15 to 20 years, okay, capacity left. All right, we have a whole lot different area that we can dump on. 15 to 20 years. However, we are even going for a permit for longer than that, okay? So we're looking at having a landfill in the region, and I don't know if any of you have been there, but you go straight up 422. It's one left turn and you're at the landfill. There's no going back roads or problems with traffic. And it's not a mega site. It's a landfill, you know, when I say 2,000, 2,500 tons a day, that's 100 to 150 trucks a day come through there. It's not as if the traffic, and I'm sure you're certainly, I mean, you're aware of the landfill down in Lower Bucks, the size and scope of it and what goes on. It's a landfill that serves the region. It serves municipalities, it serves the industrial plants, and it serves the region. So we're gonna be in business, you know, I'll be long gone and we'll still be serving. All right?
Yeah, thanks, Sam. I've been to plenty of landfills, trust me.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I know all about them.
All right, thank you.
Right, my pleasure.
I missed a very important point. Just to follow up on what Sam said, one of the keys to our success is that we have our own infrastructure system, second to none in this area, meaning we don't rely upon anybody else. We collect the trash, we transfer it in our transfer station, we take it to our landfill, the recyclables go to our recycling facility, Total Recycle. We have our own compost facility, so we don't have to rely upon anybody else. And we have everything here in this area. Thank you.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you.
I want to make a comment. I had the opportunity to tour your recycle facility.
Have you been there?
I have been there. And I had visited one when I was in Virginia and took it as a class trip with one of my children. And I was amazed at how large the facility was, but how simple it was. I mean, it was well-run, and just the whole process was very impressive.
Thank you. It's available if anybody come and see it on the board if you'd like to see it. It's where your recyclables go. You have a real appreciation for it.
Been to plenty of them too, Al. It's the
And they
nature of
do-
my business.
And
Yeah,
they
as
use
a
the-
geologist, I'm real familiar with landfills and recycling stations.
And they do the plastic bags, too. I was impressed with that.
And when we do our flex in your community, we were the first in the nation to start recycling our flex, which means you can put any kind of plastic bag, the food bags, potato chip bags, liners to cereal. That's a new item. It's not a large volume, but still it allows your people to recycle more.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Can't hear him, right? All right, thanks, Al. Thanks, Sam. Gentleman next to you. All right, come on up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Charles Panaleo, and I am from White County Disposal. We are owned by Casella Waste. And I will attest, JP Muscar is a fantastic company. 60 years at this point, so they're a fantastic company. What I want to talk about is a division of twice a week versus once a week. Now, my wife's aunt is 89 years old, and she puts one little bag out across the street where we live. She would never need twice a week service, right? The first township I converted from twice a week to once a week was South Whitehall Township in Lehigh County. Very nice township. We had twice a week unlimited. And we went to once a week limited 96-gallon cart, and it was amazing. All of a sudden, you saw the recycling go like this, and the trash went down. When you talk sustainability, you talk about there's a lot of different trucks picking up. But how many times, honestly, have you put out a bulk item week after week after week after week? How many times besides a picnic, a holiday, do you really need twice a week? Environmentally, you're right, $400,000, $500,000 trucks, 73,280 pounds. We can reduce the truck traffic. You just talked about your beautiful roads. What's the impact of that truck bouncing down the road? What if we could cut the amount of trucks and wear and tear on your trucks, on your streets in half, while still picking up the same garbage? Like, honestly, how often? So that's really what I want to talk about. There's a reason only 2 municipalities have twice a week service anymore. It's just, environmentally doesn't make sense having that many trucks and the guys there. Casella Waste is a fantastic company, not as old as JP. We're only 50 years old. And they're really big into sustainability. But really, that's why there's no twice a week anywhere. We're very confident in our bid submission, and I think you'd be very happy with us. There's a lot of neighboring counties and places that we pick up. City of Easton, Palmerton, Sladington. We've been around. I'm sure you've all seen our trucks with the gear on it. So
Yeah, we've seen your trucks. Can I ask you, I do have one question.
Sure.
How come you didn't bid we asked for 3 different bids, and you only bid 1?
We felt that was the one we could be the most competitive. A question was asked, are we required to bid no bid? And we put in no bid, which is a bid. So we wanted to come forth with the best bid we could provide to you guys.
Okay, but it's hard to, it's apples to oranges now.
But it's
'Cause
apples.
we asked you, but you're telling me that you can provide the same service at once a week when we asked you to provide the bid numbers for twice a week. So just my only question. So you're
Well-
telling me right now that you're going to provide the exact same service once a week?
Once a week, correct. And nowhere in the bid specification.
And that's a chance that
unless
we would have to take.
Correct.
To trust you.
And you can look, you can call all the references. We have fantastic references. Like I said, in this whole region, there's only 2 people, self-admittedly, that have twice a week service. I personally, in 2003, did it on my own. And you can imagine automating a town in 2003. I'm getting old at this point, right? I did this a long time ago. There were pitchforks there. People saying, well, I don't want to wheel this toter around all over the place. You see the toters all over. Once a week is more than enough. And let's be honest, we put the same garbage guy 52 weeks at your house. He's going to know if Janice never has extra, but 1 week you do. Maybe it was one of your friend's birthdays and he had extra. What you going to do? Or she's going to do? You're going to take the extra. That's a lot of money for a service that nobody else has in this market area.
Well, okay, I understand that, and that's a good response. But there's a lot of families in Warminster that are large enough where once a week is just not going to do it.
And
that's why we asked for twice a week bid, and you put no bid in, which is a bid.
Correct.
But you didn't give us a number. We
Well,
wanted
from an
to compare the
environmental
numbers.
sustainability point, Casella Waste didn't feel they wanted to put a bid for twice a week when it goes against everything we stand for the environment.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
we wanted to do the right thing by Warminster.
Thank you, fair enough.
Okay?
Yeah,
I'm going to
appreciate
invite
it.
Sandra to come up, talk some numbers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello again. I'm Alessandro Jacoby with Whitetail Disposal. I want to compliment your jacket, but I like your
Thank
tie
you.
even more. The tie represents the country. It's for the people, by the
Let's
people.
wrap this up.
And with that comes a focus on taxes, right? This country was formed on a reduction in taxes, right? I think we all know that. So what we just heard, the environmental standpoint of twice a week service versus the once a week service. We boiled down a lot of numbers today, sat through the budget. We heard about how many cups of coffees you can buy. Unfortunately, I'm a first-time homeowner, and I really seriously wish I could boil my mortgage down to a per day or even a per hour rate. But the bank won't let me do that, so I pay it monthly the way it's written. So with this, the once-a-week service, which, again, in your specifications that you did a fantastic job writing and putting together for the residents of Warminster, you allow for the manual service, 2 helpers on the back, so you have double the amount of guys that can handle the extra volume. You also allow for, not only do we provide residents with the carts, but residents are also allowed to put out 12 additional containers. And you define containers as personal carts or bags. So, like what Charlie said, in the event that you do have a party or you have I had a wedding recently where I had a reception at my house and had 40 people there. So I felt the extra trash, right? I had 4 extra contractor bags. It's a party of 40 people. I don't do that generally, but I get picked up once a week on a Monday, and I put it out, I got picked up. Right, so with your service that you requested and we responded to, you allow residents for the savings of $10 million, right? And I'll look at the camera.
So please, you're bringing up numbers, but you're bringing up the large numbers for dramatic impact. Please.
Over the
don't
7
do
years,
that.
that's what you'll be locked into.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll be,
Over 7 years. Let's be clear on that. So
Right.
we don't need any dramatic impacts. We're looking at service here.
Sure,
Okay?
sure. So per year, you're roughly 1.2 million. We'll just say 1 million. We'll round down and be conservative. So you have about a $1 million difference in Warminster taxpayer money for
one collection.
For one collection with the caveat that
I want to
you
be
put out
clear,
12
the
containers.
taxpayers don't pay these bills.
No.
The people, the 8,300 households pay the trash fee annually. It's not tax fund. I'm sorry, but that's a distinction I think that's worth making.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
actually a trash
stand
fee, it's
corrected.
not a tax.
Tax, trash fee. It's still, for twice a week service, $712 and change a year. you provide an excellent suite of services for your residents for less than that. So residents of Warminster can take care of roads, fire, ambulances, an entire suite of fantastic services you've done a wonderful job at supplying for less than throwing out, frankly, money. You're throwing away money at twice a week service at over $700 a year when you can get essentially unlimited 12 bags, 12 carts, plus the contractor provided cart for $564 a year. Or to boil it down to not have a dramatic impact, the difference of about $1 million or an annual cost of $4.7 million. So again, I just wanted to again introduce myself, answer any questions you may have on that. Again, it is a little bit of a dramatic difference. It is $10 million of trash fees, not taxes, at the end of the day. And going back to the historic increases of municipalities, like Upper Southampton, Lower Southampton was mentioned earlier today, they receive bids for pretty similar services if we take out the 2 times a week for the once a week, at a dramatic, I think it's almost close to a 60% lower bid from everybody in the room today. And that was earlier this week, the same month that you received the bid. So in light of only 2 bidders, the last thing I'll say is I think if you have an RFP, a document that provides a little bit more competition or room for competition in some of the requirements that were in there, you would have seen more of the national companies that may have been willing to bid for twice a week service and give you a little bit more of an affordable rate as they did in another municipality neighboring. So in summary, I think there's a little bit of a, like you said, dramatic difference in cost to the residents' tax fee. And I think that's heavily based.
Not a tax, please. Don't use
I'm
that
sorry,
word.
trash fee. Again, I misspoke. Dramatic difference in trash fee. And I think that's heavily predicated on the fact that there was 2 bidders, again, based on the fact that the RFP was rather restrictive and several of the larger companies refused to bid on that. So, if you have any questions,
Yeah,
I'm more than happy to answer.
I have another question for you. So suppose your trash day, your pickup day is Friday, right? And then you have 7, 8 people in your house and a nice party. So what, you gotta wait a week to have.
It's a perfect question. I grew up in an Italian family, lot of cousins, a lot of neighbors. Everybody comes over. We had family parties, gatherings for, if it was a sunny weekend, we'd have a lot of people over, right? And I had pickup every Wednesday. That's dead smack inconvenient in the middle of the week. So you have weekend trash, which is when your parties happen, piling up for Monday, Tuesday, and you got to remember to get it out Wednesday night. And then frankly, it's the middle of the week. You forget to put it out Tuesday night for Wednesday morning. It's the fact of the matter. I've working with this company for 15 years. I forget to put my trash out sometimes. And we all do it, right? It's the call that my kid didn't put the trash out, I can come back. Again, with our service and the 30 municipalities directly surrounding us, Northampton Township is the closest, most apples-to-apples comparison I can think of. They would attest, if you call that reference, which I would imagine you would have, they would attest that we do right and we send a follow-up service back for anybody that has overflow. And like Charlie mentioned, we're a member of this community. At that point, if we were awarded the contract, we work on the same side of the table as you. So our goal at the end of the day is to clean up Warminster and uphold its, image that it has.
So what
currently.
you're saying is you would send a truck out to pick up any overflow? Is there going to be additional cost for that?
Well, 2-part answer to that. First off, we had to pick up the 12 containers that you wrote into your RFP. So that's, keep in mind, you wrote in 1 container and 12 additional containers. I think the definition was a cart up to 32 gallons. So that's not overflow for us. We picked that up. We did build into the bid a follow-up service. It's unique to a whitetail service where it's a smaller trash truck that is more mobile. That was mobile, but it's more, you can dispatch it faster. So if there was an issue where we pick on Little Johnny a lot, Little Johnny never puts his trash out at night, and we get the call that we missed it, it wasn't put out, we have the ability to go back and pick that up anyway, tying back to what I said about our goal is to work on the same side of the table as you, save residents a dramatic amount on the trash fee, and also keep the community cleaned up and uphold the environmental sustainability standpoint that I'm sure all of your residents that also like twice a week would enjoy reducing a carbon footprint, especially in this economic and environmental time.
I have a quick question. What if your day falls on a holiday?
1 day delay. If we
One
can't
day
pick up
delay?
on
Okay.
Christmas, right, or New Year's, it's 1 day delay. And to that, during the COVID, we spoke about COVID today, not one time, and again, you can call and quote me on this, not one municipality that we service has ever had a delay. We've never had to write a letter to the residents to post on websites about delays in service, of, employees getting sick, we can't get them on the trucks, shortages, not once, and that's quotable, and you can research that. Every municipality in the Whitetail Service, and that's the 32 in this local area, has never once experienced telling residents, we're sorry, the gentlemen are sick, they can't pick up your trash.
And what about bulk?
That's in the bid. We'll have to respond to the exact, it's the.
Well, I get it, but, so, will you pick up bulk every week?
That's what was bid for, that was a requirement.
So you will pick up bulk every week?
Yes, that is the
Okay.
requirement, that was in the.
How do you go about that? You got a call ahead, or you just put it out there?
It depends, again, like Charlie had mentioned, right, we work on the same side of the table as you, we respond to a very strict RFP. And then we work with everybody, so if there's I think the one that comes up the most is a shower curtain, which is question, is it a bulk item, is it not a bulk item, or a floor lamp? Right, right, because exactly. You don't know how to fit it in your trash can, it sticks out. Is that a bulk item, is it not?
Is there,
We
there's
pick
not a
it up, we
body
throw
in it,
in.
is there?
Yeah, right. No, that would be, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, shower rod. I said shower curtain, I'm sorry. Shower rod or floor lamp.
Oh, okay.
So how do you put that in your trash can? We pick it up. Is it a bulk item? It doesn't fit in, we pick it up. You have an end table, we pick it up. You have a stool, we pick it up. Some of these things.
Furniture?
Yeah, this is where you get into bulk items. Is it a white good, refrigerant? There's different things that have to be disposed of legally in different ways, so.
Yeah, we're aware of that,
Right,
that's why
so-
we're asking.
Right, it's a loaded question. So if it's a Freon-based item, we should know about that in order to handle it properly.
Right.
So we call ahead and
Right, for Freon-based things like that. But again, we abide by the requirements that you guys wrote. So your love seats, your end tables, your coffee tables, they throw in. It's a rear load service, which is the way you specifically wrote it, I would imagine, for that benefit.
Right.
It's a rear load truck, and Mascara will contest to it, or attest to it. They do this now. They pick up everything because of the way the service is. 2 guys in a rear load truck, that's why they do a fantastic job. And again, I'll compliment, they do a great job everywhere they're at. And if you haven't noticed, I've been mirroring or learning from these wonderful gentlemen for many years, and they do a great job at the way they present and the service they provide. So that's the service that you get, and you save a little bit of money by going for once a week.
Okay. Anybody have any other questions?
No. I had
All
mine
right,
answered.
great, thanks.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
No, hang on, I'm sorry. I just want to make a few things clear. We are very confident in the documents that we received in our bids, that they are correct and within compliance of the terms of the bid as laid out in the public notice. Secondly, the award tonight is going to be based on the board's choice as to whether or not they want to go with 1 or 2. That's the clear distinction here between the two. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to clear up one thing. There was a reference made to the Hamptons, and their price was 60% lower. What he didn't tell you is that doesn't include disposal. That doesn't include recyclable processing. So that's the big difference. There's Hamptons, Lower Southampton and Upper Southampton, they have contracts with Waste Management to take the recyclables. They have contracts with Wheelabrator to take the trash. Our contract with the Hamptons is just to pick it up and deliver it there. So of course, that price is going to be cheaper than your price, because your price is all encompassing. And all I want to say is, you know your community best. And I'm not going to insult your intelligence, but it's not what the hauler wants to do or what the hauler thinks is best. It's what you know, what your residents want. And if you residents have come to expect 2-time-a-week service, it's a big change to go to 1-time-a-week service. And as I said, I don't think it's a negative. I think it's a positive that you're one of the few communities, and the other one I mentioned, that has this premium superior service. You know, don't be misled by what's suggested to you that one size fits all because everybody else can do once a week, that you have to do once a week. That's not what you've done since 1994. And you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Your residents have come to expect that.
Thanks,
I
Tom.
don't want to get into talking about the service issues.
No, we don't need to get it, we don't need to get into that. I just went through 3 months of that, Al. I don't need to go through that again. Yeah, Tom got the joke. But,
Some people gotta explain it.
yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
All right. So I guess at this point, we need to make a motion on the floor before we hear from the residents?
Correct.
All right. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll second it.
Wait a minute.
We need to make the motion.
You have to
You gotta make
clarify
the
what your
motions.
motion.
Your motion will be to, which contract to accept.
Okay.
Okay. So we have to choose.
Correct.
I make a motion that we have twice a week pickup.
So you're saying Mascaro?
Correct. Because I've been living here for 48 years, and people tell me all the time what a great job they do, and they like the twice a week, and we have young families moving into the township now with kids, and I see them putting out what they put out. So that's why I chose that particular one.
Okay. Scott, we're going to need a little help on this. So do we bring them both up? Or just the
No,
one?
you have a motion.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
I'll second that. I agree that I got a large family and my neighbors and all, and I grew up here since the 80s. We've always had 2 a week pickups, and I just think my family alone and friends in the neighborhood alone would be knocking on my door with trash if they didn't have 2 days a week. But, I understand 100% what they mean by the footprint and cheaper, but I would have to think that they would want the twice a week instead, in my opinion. So I go yes.
All right.
I second the motion.
So we'll entertain comments from the board, please.
Yep, so that's a motion for twice a week service, which was the bid from JP Mascaro. And so it'll be a 5-year contract for $32,558,630.40 with 2 additional 1-year renewal options at the township totaling $14,446,285.20.
Okay.
And
That
you are
was
ready for
the motion made by Kathy, seconded by Chuck.
I just have one comment.
Okay.
I did meant to say, when I made my comments about all the services, that it was a $270 increase, so excuse me for making that mistake.
It's okay. It's okay, Kathy. Any other comments?
That's it.
I do want to make a comment. Having been a military spouse as well as have a large family, when we were stationed in Norfolk, we had 1-day pickup, and then we moved here to Warminster and had 2-day pickup, and it is a substantial benefit to having the 2 days. I'm sorry. I mean, it's nice not having the trash trucks all over the place. I do appreciate that aspect of it, but when you have a large family, it is nice to have the 2 trash days, because then I have a son that misses all the time, and then I don't realize it till I get home from work, and it's well past when you're going to be coming back out again. So for that aspect alone, I think it's necessary for us to have a 2-day pickup.
Okay. Any others?
No comment.
All right. My only comment is that either way is an increase in cost. So if we're going to have an increase, and by the way, I am one of those people that we referenced that puts out a garbage bag every 2 weeks with some recycling every 2 weeks. And again, I like to have the option, because I never know what day that I put that stuff out except for the recycling. So either way, it's an increase, and I would say that, me personally as a resident, that if you're going to increase the fee, I would disapprove of decreasing the service. So that's my only comment, and I'll entertain comments from the public. Jerry, anything?
Does the new contract
Well, you'd have to come up.
Should be on the public.
I was just making kind of, maybe not the best joke, but does the new contract include replacing the trash totes if and when they break?
I was going to bring that up. So I think, whenever, one thing, either, no matter what contract gets awarded, I would say that, the response has to be positive. When people have damaged totes, we need to have them replaced. So I would say yes. Sure, both companies are in agreement.
Your specs.
Yeah, to our specs, right. All right. Judy wants me to call the question. There's no other public comment, so let's call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, and thanks for your bids, appreciate it.
Thank you for sitting through all the financial reports. And Tom's jacket.
Okay.
Yes, yes, it's getting there. We got one more.
All right.
You guys got to stay because you took a lot of time and pushed this meeting out. You got to stay to the bitter end, man.
You gotta stay to the end and listen to every
Right, Jerry?
word.
Or you'll lose your contract.
That's right. Tell him he's gotta wait for you.
Chief, get the boot out. Boot that car.
We're only kidding.
No, go ahead. We're
No,
okay.
we're
Good.
kidding.
We're good.
We were torturing you guys.
Thank
Bye.
You're welcome.
you.
You should know us by now.
All right, let's.
And then-
All right, I'm not going to use the word reject.
I think it was found, it's in-
Okay. Yep. All right, we're going to consider the library flooring project bids. Chuck? Janice, please. Our last new business item, we're going to consider the bids for the library flooring project.
I'd like to make a motion to reject the bid for doing the carpets because, well, we know we'll go over why.
Well, okay, so the motion
I'd like to make a motion to reject the bids at this time.
Okay.
And go back to it a later
Is there
time.
a second?
Second.
Okay. Well, I'll explain to you why we're doing that. and
Should
why-
we explain why before we vote on it?
No, it's just a
Okay.
motion.
Okay, all right, okay.
All the explanations are after the motion and
Okay,
second.
okay.
So there's an issue with the library right now. And I'll get into a little background here. We had a service company previously that do all our inspections and our maintenance, and it turns out that every building needed new heaters or a massive amount of service to the HVAC systems. Library being in the same situation now. The 2300 BTU unit, the burner plate is cracked, which is a fire hazard or an explosion hazard. The 3500 BTU unit is, the heat exchanger has failed. It does not operate. So, basically, there's no heat in the building. The one is burning, it's not a safe condition.
I thought you said flooring.
Well,
I'm
but I'm
sorry.
going to explain you why.
Okay.
We're going to reject these bids, and we'll rebid this later, because right now the priority is, because that's a warming center and a cooling center, and without heat, the 2500 BTU unit is limping along, and on days like today, they will, they'll be able to heat the building, but when it gets cold, like it's going to get next week and further into the winter, that is not enough to heat
No, well,
that
that
building.
makes sense. I
And then
just
we'll be
didn't
shutting down the library.
No, that's fine. I understand that. We
Right.
talked about it
Well, that's why I
before.
wanted to explain it, but not just to you, but to everyone
Yeah,
that's
that's
listening
why I
and
asked
everyone
the
in the
question.
room. So the priority is, because that's that's a heating shelter and an emergency shelter for that, and people go to the library.
Oh, I understand that. but when
So
you're-
that's our priority, and then we will put the carpet out to bid again very soon. But right now, the priority is to get
that
the
makes
HVAC
sense,
system
yeah.
working.
The only reason I asked the question, because
Yeah.
you were talking flooring and we
Well-
were talking heating before, and I
well,
was
he-
just trying to get the connection between.
Chuck made the motion to reject the flooring bids, and this is why.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
You seem aggressive, that's all.
I did answer your question, I believe, right?
What's that?
I did answer your question, I'm hoping.
You did?
Yes, okay,
A
thank
little
you.
aggressively, but that's okay.
No, I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to all the people in the audience.
It's aggressive to all the audience.
Yeah. Don't take
Wow,
it
what a way
personal,
to
Jerry.
thank him for your vote.
Jerry, what do you think?
Jerry and I had already had that conversation.
Yeah, what a way to thank him for your vote, you know? I'm just kidding.
Any public
comment.
Yeah, we'll just move right along. All right, so, any other comments from the board? All right, any from the public? All right, let's call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And the chair will vote aye unaggressively. Motion carries 5-0. And we will put that out to bid, and as I said to one of the residents on Election Day, that we will get this bid out, but the priority right now is safe heating system. So, thank you very much. Okay, professional reports. Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Yeah, it's just buzzard's luck that this heating thing came up at the same time we were ready to start the carpeting and flooring project. We're still going to do it. We're just going to have to push it off for a couple of months. So, we are scheduled to meet later this month on the 20th. I think you might want to consider canceling that meeting.
Any objections?
Not at all.
You know, considering John did such a great job getting the budget together early again this year, and 2 weeks earlier than last year, we don't have to have those second meetings in November, so we can all enjoy the holidays. So with no objections, we'll cancel the second meeting.
So what day is our next meeting?
Great question. Then the one that would follow would be December the 4th. I think we should keep that one. Maybe that's just my opinion. I'm not a board member. What do you think?
Hey.
I would say that's a great one
That's better.
to pass the budget and, you know,
Yeah.
a couple other
Closer
celebratory.
we get together to the holidays, Tom, we gotta bake our cookies and stuff.
That's right, that's right.
Priorities here, Tom.
That's right, just priorities.
Heat and cookies,
That's right.
right?
Great. All right, so
All right.
let's, we'll meet on the 4th,
All
right?
right.
That's the
December
next-
4th is the next
All right.
meeting,
And
and then
I'll
we
have
will
a
be
new
passing
jacket.
the budget, which is balanced with no tax increase.
And we will be proposing a per household trash fee
Okay?
based on the bid awarded tonight to go
Okay.
along with the millage. And we'll also have something exciting to announce, that a firefighter golf program. So if you're a volunteer firefighter, we're going to work on getting you a very nice discount at Five Ponds. So hopefully that will help with the, another thing that will help with the retention.
Yes, that's great.
Warminster Township, that's correct.
Right,
Not everywhere.
right. Thank you.
Only if you serve Warminster Township. Thanks for making that clear, Joe.
Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, Tom, thank you. Okay, Mr. Hulbert.
I got a really long thing for you tonight. I'm kidding.
That's awesome.
Thank you all. I have nothing but congratulations, Ken. Congratulations to all the people who ran. Judy, it's been wonderful working with you these last 6 years. You will be truly missed. Hope you enjoy your time with...
You won't get rid of me that easy.
No, I won't. No. I'll see you next year.
Oh, boy, so there'll be two of you in the audience now, huh?
That's
Okay.
all I have. Nothing else for tonight. Just happy Thanksgiving all.
Yes,
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. And as usual, last but not least,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have a November report. I have no changes or additions. I'll say my goodbyes till December meeting for Judy,
yes.
and I'm done.
Thanks, Craig.
Okay, so I understand everything's in order with the RDA, and we will be putting out the Shenandoah Woods demolition
Yes,
contract?
Jeff was just communicating with Aaron. Aaron and I spoke today about the rate. They were asking for our 2026 rates, which we just got done working on internally. So, yes, that'll be moving forward.
That's good news. Good news, because we, that money is already budgeted, and I'd like to see that get done. And you know how I know that, right?
And we've already started on the permit, communication with DEP on the clubhouse. So
Excellent.
That's moving pretty
Excellent.
quickly now.
That, yeah, and I think in December, we should probably show the interior renderings to the public, because it is one beautiful, it is going to look like a private country club. It's really well done.
It's very impressive and is going quickly the last couple months here with design.
Excellent.
Grading, utilities, the interiors get done. It's all coming together really. It's amazing how quickly it comes together. It's a very large project, a lot of planning, but it's coming together rather quickly.
Yes, yes, we've been heavily involved in that, and it looks great. Did you do that?
You did.
Okay. All right, so let's get to it, Janice.
Okay. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there Black Friday shopping. Be polite and courteous, and make sure you thank the people that are working behind the registers, and be considerate and kind.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Chair, congratulations to you. I'd like to congratulate Brian Outland for being sergeant. Hope he has a great rest of his career here. Also, like Janice said, everyone have a happy, healthy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you one more time.
No, we won't. We'll see you a lot.
We'll see her.
Next.
You're next.
Okay. I want to thank everybody for being here, and all of you guys in TV land, and I wanted to remind people that are watching, I guess, that there is still a photo competition going on in Warminster Township. You have until the 17th, next week, to get your photos into the township. The theme is Life in Warminster. So, you can take pictures of trash trucks, take it into recycling.
Zing! That might make the paper.
Send in your pictures of cracked bins.
Judy's getting funny.
Yeah.
And other fun life in Warminster, And we also have our holiday decorating themes too. That's from October 15th, actually, until the 24th of December, the best house in Warminster. There's going to be a couple categories. It's all done by camera, and it's being by phone. You send it in, well, not by phone, by the internet, and you send your pictures in to Warminster Rotary, warminsterrotary.org, right? Okay. And there's going to be a Christmas tree lighting. I'm saying that now, even though we're meeting in December, also sponsored by Warminster Rotary and the Township, right here at the Township building.
When is that?
On December 1st.
December 1st.
So
Have a
that-
nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah, let's remember that's December 1st, so that'll be before our meeting.
Yes.
Right, okay. And then I believe that Jess has the Parks and Rec are sponsoring that photo for the Christmas lights.
They are with the Rotary.
Yes, with the Rotary, okay, thank you. All right, Kathy?
Okay. I would like to wish everyone a happy and safe Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday of the year because there is no commercialism attached to it. You spend time with your family, and you don't have to buy any gifts, and you just spend time, and you're grateful for the blessings that you have. And that's what I love so much, spending time with friends and family on a nice Thanksgiving. So just be safe. You're driving around, there's always a lot of traffic on Thanksgiving, so be safe.
That's true.
Thank you, Kathy. Well said.
Motion to
All right,
adjourn.
Thomas, do you want to interject here before I close this out?
I want to thank the board for the new 2-year agreement. Thank you very much. I do greatly enjoy working with you guys, and our cast of thousands skulking in the back. They're wonderful to work with, and I thank them too.
Thanks,
And
Tom.
everybody up here.
The work conditions. That
Thank
jacket's never to be worn again.
I got 2 years worth of jackets.
It's gonna be on the agenda for
Yeah, it's going to
December.
be put on the agenda.
That was a form of
It's going to be,
emotion.
it's going to be, it's going to be an ordinance.
It's gonna be a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
It's not too late for the photo contest.
All right, Tom, it's our pleasure. We think you do a good job and manage the staff well. Again, I want to thank everyone for having the confidence in me to put me back on this board for another 6 year. I was going to call it a sentence, but it's not. I actually enjoy what we do here. And I will continue to serve the residents in the best capacity I can.
And you guys are going to get a pay increase in '26.
We are.
That's right.
So we're still below minimum wage.
Oh, well below.
Yeah, well below minimum wage. But, yeah, it's been a pleasure for the last 6 years. I'm really proud of what we've accomplished here, and, and I look forward to making things even better. Please be safe for Thanksgiving. The biggest festive night of the year is Thanksgiving Eve, and you do not want to get a ride in one of our finest police cars. So just a reminder.
They are really nice, though, because now that they're all SUVs, it
Yeah,
makes it so much.
they're nice, but it won't be a fun ride, trust me. You know, again, be safe, enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. Please do not pass school buses with their lights flashing and the arm out. And with that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Second? Thank you.
There's no